this presentation we will be discussing about leadership and sources of power. This theory was proposed by John French. Let me introduce my team member. First one Tithi Paul, second one Jannatul Ferdouse Afrin, third one Tarikul Maula Sahil, fourth one Dipa Rahman Sunzida. In this presentation we will be discussing the definition and 5 sources of power and relevant questions. Let me tell you first what is power is. Power refers to the capacity to influence others. In business studies, power can be defined as a manager's ability to influence others. In short, power is possession of control, authority, or influence over others. Let me tell you the 5 sources of power. The first one, reward power. Second one, legitimate power. Third one, expert power. Fourth one, referent. And fifth one, coercive power. Let me start with the legitimate power. Legitimate power is the power of a person's formal role in an organization. It is a formal authority who controls the whole organization in one single person. So let me tell you second, this person's role in the organization and can be thought of as one's formal authority. For example, I will be telling you about the Steve Jobs, who is a great example of his legitimate power as an CEO of Apple. He took their wide decision and made their established for the organization. Now next our next member Tithi Paul will discuss about expert power. Thank you. Salam.
Thank you, Asan, for discuss about legitimate power. Now I will discuss about expert power. This picture is the expert power. Expert power based on expertise, special skill and knowledge. Many leaders become successful due to their own personal power sources. Expert power is the one of the 5 types of power that psychologists John R.P. French and Barton Raven identified in 1959. Expert power comes from our experience, skill and knowledge. Expert power is important when it comes to our leadership. For example, a software engineer who arrives with a specialized skill set may have considerable influence on the team's decisions and direction, even if that person lacks any organizational power. Or if I am a team leader with expert power, this ability can motivate our team because it inspires confidence. Steve Jobs, Sada Blackley, Elon Musk are examples for expert power. Expert power empowers our team, improves our decision, motivate our team member, boost our career. So that is the short discussion about expert power. Now Tarikul Maula Sahil will discuss about reward power. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for getting the opportunity to give my valuable speech about the presentation. My presentation part is the discussion about the reward power. It is the 3 steps of 5 power stress. Reward power is the ability to reward other when they follow your wishes or instructions. For example, a manager may be able to reward raises, promotions, bonuses, or even simple compliments to still employee who meet their quotas. So that have a 3 stages. First of all, it have a quality of leader to give positive rewards. These rewards can increase employees' incentive to perform. Control may limit rewards power in the workplace. For example, If manager doesn't have room in the budget for raises or bonuses, this can weaken the reward power. Quality of rewards is another element that can limit reward power. So that's all. If anyone have to query to about the reward power, then question.
Thank you, Tarikul and Sahil, for talking about reward power. Now I will discuss about coercive power. The power a leader has to punish or control. Both team leaders and members may apply coercive power, the ability to punish with the goal of compliance. Coercive power can be effective in many situations where rules must be followed, goals must be made, and deadlines must be watched. Besides, excessive use of this power may lead to many negative results such as fear-based environment, low morale, and many kind of other situations like employee resistance. So, to be a successful leader, it is crucial to use this power necessarily while doing positive power as much as possible. By doing this, we can achieve both individual and organizational goals. So, example of a coercive power is threatening an employee for not fulfilling the expectation of a manager. So, punishment is an old-fashioned career big stick management style. For example, managers who use this power threaten to fire or lay off employees who fail to meet their standards. Now, Dipa and Sunzida will talk about referent power. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks Jannatul, Ferdouse, Afrin for talking about coercive power. Now I will discuss about referent power. Referent power. Power that arises because of a person's desirable resources or personal traits. It develops out of admiration of another and a desire to be like that person. The best 5 examples of referent powers are someone appointed by the CEO in a lateral position. This is probably one of the examples of referent power that is easier to attain. Number 2, the richest man in the world. The example of referent power can go beyond the organizational boundaries. Number 3, late Steve Jobs. Here we are talking about late Steve Jobs. I would say from the invention of the iPhone. Number 4, a spiritual leaders. One of the biggest example of referent powers, if not the biggest, is the power that is spiritual leaders exercise. Number 5, a change leader. We can also consider another example of referent power like Elon Musk, unlike Bill Gates or Steve Jobs. So my audience, what's your opinion? Which power sources do you see your superior apply to influence you and others? And which power sources do you use in daily activities to influence others? Thanks my audience and our honorable sir, and thanks again for see our presentation.